Torres of Visit Dallas with me today. Victoria, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I want to hear all about the Visit Dallas, what they're doing, how they're different from anybody, and why you're really far superior to any other city in the country. But first, tell us a little bit about you. I understand that you've got a long heritage here in Texas. We'll call it Texas for now.
Right, yes. Actually, I'm originally born and raised in Austin, Texas, but I came to Dallas about 23 years ago right out of college. Fourth generation Mexican-American. As I mentioned earlier, I've been here. My family's been here generations, time and time over again. But my background is definitely from Mexico and Spain, but most of my family, I'd say even my great-grandparents were born in Texas.
So you were Texas before it was Texas.
Right.
Got it. All right. You work at Visit Dallas.
Yes.
And I would like you to tell our audience what you do, what Visit Dallas does, and then I'll get into all the other questions I've got for you.
Absolutely. So Visit Dallas is the sales and marketing arm, in essence, for tourism and hospitality and convention business. So we basically are tasked with bringing tourists and visitors to the city, actually putting people in hotel rooms and restaurants and bars, and actually inviting people to come and explore the city, spend money in the city, and do business.
Okay. What do you do with Visit Dallas? What is your role?
Yes. So I am actually the experience director, which is a fancy word for partnership director. I manage all of the partnerships that we have in the city with partners like hotels, the restaurants, anyone that actually we're driving business to. I oversee that part of our experience department, making sure that we're speaking to them, finding out what's important, sending business their way, educating them on how to drive hospitality. So we touch from the Uber driver to the general manager or the owner of a hotel.
Got it. How is it that you separate yourself with what you do, bringing visitors here to Dallas beyond any other destination, whether they want to go DC, San Francisco, Seattle? What is it that is drawing people here more than anywhere else in the country?
I say first and foremost, people are driven here by the location, and I mean centrally located. When you're in a central part of the United States and you have airports like DFW Airport, Love Field that provide so much accessibility to fly here within 3 hours, I think people are driven here just because of the location and geographic location of Dallas. But for the most part, Dallas is known for a business city. Anyone who's thriving, who wants to start a business or invest in businesses, I think they're moving here. And Amazon is a true, experience that we've had with that. Businesses are coming here because it's cheaper to live, it's easier to get to, and there's a lot of businesses already here that sustain even more business in Dallas. So I think the destination itself has a lot of the resources that people look for if they're starting a business, starting a family, or just migrating from one coast to the other.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that just moved here from California, and it's definitely, first thing he said, taxes. That's lowest on, that's the highest on my priority, but then it's the business structure. So that's not all you do, is just bring businesses in. You also get to deal with fashion, you get to deal with shopping, and I was really surprised because I grew up in Southern California where there was a lot of fashion. I mean, LA, Hollywood.
Right.
But when I came here, I was so amazed that this is such a fashion-forward city. So talk to me about some of the things that people may not even think about that actually Dallas is known for being ahead of the times with.
Absolutely. I mean, North Park Mall is just a prime example of that, right? One of the first shopping malls ever created. And even now, people go in there. It's not just shopping, it's an experience. They've incorporated art. There's a lot of art. It's almost like an art tour. They create experiences where the families can come and do activities in their courtyard. I mean, you look at North Park, you look at the Galleria and what's happening in this whole North Dallas area, the now Central is now like the central part of Dallas is this area, North Dallas, but also Highland Park Village. A lot of big fashion designers started their, careers there. I mean, you think of how that was structured around trunk shows, even the Market Center. When Market comes to Dallas, a lot of people invest in the Market shows and new fashion that come here to start, unveiling a brand. Or, I mean, even Dior, the Dallas Museum of Art has this huge exhibition going on right now with Dior and the story of Dior. Like, why not go to that and invest in that? And I think that a lot of designers start here that are unknown yet, but are making their mark outside of Dallas.
I know. I went to the premiere opening, actually, the early opening of the Dallas Museum of Art, the DSO, right?
Right.
For the Dior, and I was amazed that the world unveiling for Dior, they chose Dallas.
Right.
That makes a statement.
Absolutely.
Now, there's the art museums, there's musicals, the symphony is even the conductor of the symphony for Dallas ended up, where did he go? He had to go to New York to get a promotion. And that's it. So I'm just saying that this entire city, so I don't want to steal your thunder on what's going on, but tell our audience the rest of the things that are available to them. It's not just your normal everyday restaurants and bars.
No.
But our state fair. Go on, please.
Absolutely. Like, this is what I do, right? This is what I love to do. I think that the best thing that you can do is, as a resident, is explore your city. I think that a lot of people don't know about an amazing arts district, right? Mm-hmm. From the Winspear Opera House to the Performing Arts Theater. I mean, just the other past weekend, we had Erykah Badu performing with the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, like things like that come out from the Booker T. Washington School of the Arts. But food, I mean, don't discount Dallas on food. I mean, every cuisine that you can ever imagine is offered here. The restaurants, I mean, we see that everyone is fusing different cultures and creating their own genre of food. We're actually hosting the World Foods Competition here this upcoming year in Dallas. No one knows about that, right? It's because the food is here. We have chefs, Dean Fearing, Kent Rathburn, all of these chefs that are here in our backyard that are infusing their flavor to the city and bringing all sorts of cuisines, mixing barbecue with Mexican food or Tex-Mex food. But that's not it. It's just shopping, entertainment. But I mean, we can't think of Dallas and not think of sports, right? Everyone really comes here too. We offer from the Cowboys to the Mavericks, and now gaming. Mark Cuban even has a whole gaming entertainment area that's driving even more visibility to Dallas. It's in the Deep Ellum district.
Oh, no.
And it's
I
a hot thing.
haven't even heard about that.
Yes, he has a gaming center, actually has some of the top gamers in the country working with him in gaming. I mean, who would have thought that was even a thing, right? And it is. It's huge. I mean, parents and young kids are making millions of dollars off gaming, and it's happening in Dallas. People don't talk about that or don't know about that, right? These are uncovered gems in the city. And then I like to always talk about startups and technology, innovation, what's happening in the West End. Huge for Dallas, right? Big companies are coming and popping up shop and exploring why Dallas is the startup destination now. More young people are moving here because of the opportunity in technology. I mean,
not to mention the weather.
Absolutely, right? Except in the summertime when it's burning hot. But for the most part, it's temperate weather, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have maybe one season year round.
What about the music scene?
Oh, my goodness. And that's Deep Ellum, right? It's bringing back live music. Artists, I mentioned Erykah Badu, but there's so many artists that are making their mark, and they're coming from Dallas, and Booker T, right? The high school that's actually pushing those artists out and really exposing them to what Dallas really has to offer.
Greatness comes from this part of the world. I mean, I found out when I first came here that even Bugs Bunny was from here, right? And Elmer Fudd.
Right.
They all go to Hollywood. They all go to New York, but no matter what, they end up coming back here. There's got to be a reason for that.
Right.
This is really a home environment.
Absolutely.
In my experiences, this is really where the garden grows. I don't know how else to say it.
Definitely right. And that's, people don't perceive it that way. Perception is reality. They don't think of it like that until they actually are driving here or come here for a conference and randomly go out and try to experience the city, and then they run into these amazing things that are happening. Even Trinity Groves, when you look at what Phil Romano has done to that area that was nothing, right? It was poverty street. There's poverty there. He just transformed that, and he's developed an incubator program where these thriving restaurateurs can go in there, develop a concept and do well, and we get to first taste that firsthand here in Dallas, right? So things like that just amaze me, like these innovators that are coming here and they're disrupting how people are doing business, and they're thriving because we have the technology, we have the structure and the business acumen to even make that happen.
I can't wait to have you on the show, and we can talk about some of the highlighting parts about the city, and you can guide me through it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Exciting.
you for being
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
All right, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.